I heard a turbo 7.
Oh, there we go.
Where's the boost gauge? Where's the boost gauge?
There, on the left, on the left. Look, there he goes, there he goes.
Woof, woof.
Hey.
Whoa.
Look at that, 1.2 bar.
Woof. So far on my Carhuna crusade, I've driven one of the 1,270 Porsche Carrera GTs, one of only 349 Ferrari F50s. But today I'm going to be driving something much, much rarer, because just 24 of these have ever been made. Now, I doubt if many of you could name this sleek, elegant two-door coupe. And yet I'm sure all of you will have heard of a Lancia Delta HF Integrale. Well, there is a Lancia badge at the front, a Lancia grille, and that HF badge. Because underneath this sleek new skin lie all the workings of the Integrale. But this is a Lancia Hyena Girardo, so named because the hyena is one of few animals to have equal power on all four legs. It began as a concept created by Lancia's Dutch distributor Paul Coote, which unfortunately the Turin management rejected. So Coote turned to the Girardo styling house that liked the idea and had good connections with Lancia's owners Fiat, who also rejected it. They did, however, authorise the use of the Lancia brand, so Coote and Girardo went ahead on their own and Hyena production began in 1992. Coote's idea was to create a lighter, more powerful and obviously more stylish version of the somewhat boxy Integrale. The body panels, which give a hint of the Fulvia Girardo from the 70s, are made of aluminium alloy. The doors and bumpers made of composite material. There is only 2 doors and no seats in the back, apart from this one, which is the only one with rear seats because the customer that ordered it wanted to take his kids with him. The new body provided a much more rigid structure, which helped an overall weight saving of almost 200 kilograms, which, with the Garrett turbochargers, given a little tweak to up the power of the 4-cylinder 2-litre from 210 to 250 horsepower, fed to the standard 4-wheel drive Integrale system, helped achieve Coote's aim with a 0 to 62 time of 5.4 seconds, nearly half a second faster than the donor car. Sadly, the cost of production gradually eroded their plans to make 600 cars. And as costs rose even further, the price became too expensive and the whole project came to a rather abrupt end after just the 24 cars had been made. Meaning the Lancia Hyena Girardo is one of the rarest cars to wear the Lancia badge. This example is being auctioned by Girardo Co on the Carhuna Platform, connecting buyers, sellers and dealerships. Max Girardo comes with a background in car auctions, gravitating to head auctioneer at RM Sotheby's before dropping his gavel for the final time and setting up his own showroom in Fulham, and now to these impressive new facilities in Oxfordshire in 2020. Hi Max.
Tiff.
Very kind of you to spare your time to take us out on this little drive.
Not at all, it's always quite fun to take out a Lancia out.
Feeble throttle. Turbo.
Hey, the pressure's building.
Now look, I've never seen so many dials in a car in my life. You're a navigator. This is actually based on a rally car. Therefore, you'd have to tell me.
Therefore, I'm going to be the one who's going to tell you what they all do.
I've got bar, I've got kilograms, I've got all sorts of things.
The best one is the turbo pressure bar. I want to see that one go up later on.
Okay, later. We'll just get a little gentle drive out first. Wonderful. I have to admit, I'd never heard of a Lancia Hyena Girardo ever from my life.
Really?
So is this a secret flower that's just beginning to blossom?
No. I think it was obviously quite difficult to sell when it was new because it was so expensive.
Yeah.
But now with time, they're getting better. They're sort of aging really well. It's like a fine wine.
Oh.
Yeah.
So have you sold many then through your?
Well, actually, I've sold 3 of them, and can I tell you, this will be the 4th time since, in the last 20 years that we've sold this car. This car keeps coming back to me. I'm sort of quite attached to it. I have to admit, the first time I sold it was red.
Right.
Sold it to a guy in Italy from the English banker who was the first owner. And the guy in Italy did a full restoration on it, changed it to black because it was his favorite color. Right. And then we sold it to a gentleman in Paris. And now
so you've sold 4, but it's always been the same one?
Sold 4 different Lancia Hyenas. And this particular car, we've sold 3 times already.
So our price
keeps
is
coming
rising.
back.
Is it becoming a little secret then? I mean, what's the price range now from a rubbish one and a perfect
Well,
one?
you know, this is like the sweet spot now, but everyone loves this era of cars. Who doesn't love a Lancia Delta Integrale?
Yeah, exactly.
And prices are actually on the up, if you'll believe it or not. This is now sort of a 150, 200,000 pound car. I tell you what, the first time we sold it, it was probably about 40,000 pounds.
It's nice little investment for the, you know, it's not stupid money, but you know.
Nice little investment, and it's still fun to drive. I mean, you'll drive it and tell us what it's like.
I
But
like the steering wheel. I like to see a lot of carbon fibre, a lot of dials, and where's my glove box? You've stolen the glove box.
It's a lightweight edition. You know, I joke saying that, but they save something like 40 kilos just out of the dashboard. So that's why, you know, no frills here. It's like, look, people buy Porsches GT3 RS, and everyone loves the fact that it's got, you know, no frills. So this is like a GT3 RS ahead of its time. Or am I exaggerating a bit?
Because a four-wheel drive coupe back then was quite a rare thing. I mean, we had the Audi, I guess, but I mean, as coupes go,
I guess, Audi is a coupe, but it's sort of quite a big car. I mean, this sort of, I tell you what, speaking of Audi, this preceded the Audi TT.
yes,
Four-wheel drive and that sort of small, compact shape. So
Yeah.
was that quite advanced? Before the Bugatti EB110, that was a four-wheel drive. That's a bit much,
big
isn't it?
thing.
Big thing. Yeah.
And this guy that created it, Mr. Coote,
Yeah, Paul
is he
Coote.
still around? Is
He's
he?
absolutely still around.
Oh, really?
I still speak to him. I actually spoke to him this morning, and he's the crazy guy that had this idea to make this car. It would have been. I tell you what. I remember going to the motor show when this car was launched with my dad.
Right.
We had every single Lancia Delta Integrale under the sun, and I tried my best to convince him to buy one. I mean, I did everything possible to try and convince him, and we just wouldn't do it because it was too much money.
Wow.
So I'm quite attached to a Lancia
I was
Hyena.
going to say, so you know,
I've got a bit of history here.
Has he gone on to do other projects, or is this his only car that he created?
Oh, he's always been with cars. He's actually was responsible for buying Borani. His group ended up buying Touring Superleggera. So he's definitely very involved in the car world.
So is this actual car as it was built in 1992 then?
This actual car was as it's built. It's got a few more horsepower.
Oh.
It's got about 25 to 30 more horsepower. It's got some sound deadening to make it a bit more comfortable. And you know, the good thing about this car is that basically it was taken apart and put back together. Which,
Right.
not criticizing Zagato and Lancia, however, they weren't sort of well known for their build quality. So out of all the Hyenas that we've seen, this one does have a bit more refined build quality, which is a positive thing.
Lancia. I always want to say Lancia, but chicken out. English Lancia. I like Lancia. Lancia.
Io sono italiano, so I can say Lancia. But you Italiano?
No, I talk with my hands like
There we
like,
go.
like this.
So if you say Lancia, then you have to use your hands. If you say Lancia, then you stick your hands on the steering wheel.
I love the hyena story then, because it's the most powerful animal with equal power to all four limbs.
Yeah, exactly. So this car is four-wheel drive, right? Based on Lancia Delta Integrale, and the Hyena, so we learned, is the only animal that has this equal power, front legs and rear.
Of course, I have to say I like a round steering wheel. I mean, you can't beat it. So it's a proper steering wheel, proper manual. It's a nice gear change too, isn't it? I forget how good a Integrale is. So the good thing Coote did is he based his dream on a very good underpinning.
And the whole point for him was to improve it. You know, made it lighter. That was his big thing, right? 200 kilos lighter. And made it more powerful.
Oh, I heard a turbo.
Oh, there we go.
Where's the boost gauge? Where's the boost gauge?
There, on the left, Look, there he goes,
Woof, woof.
Hey.
Whoa.
Look at that, 1.2 bar.
Woof.
Come on, that's quite fun, isn't it? Everyone loves a turbo.
I know, there's a
No?
sound woofing and tweeting. It's got performance, hasn't it?
Turbo starts blowing.
Have we got things like ABS on cars of this era or not?
We do have things like ABS. We don't have traction control, but we do have things like ABS. I thought you were going to try out the ABS. I feel like you're starting to really enjoy the drive of the Lancia Hyena.
Little whistling turbo. You can't. But I am beginning to rather enjoy this.
Yeah, you are, aren't you?
Going back to the Integrale. When was the great years of the rally dominance?
Oh, you know, like the late 1980s and all the way through to the early 1990s. 5 times World Rally Champion. So the base of the car,
this was right up to date when the Integrale was the car to have.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Coote, it was a good idea.
It was a good idea, and Zagato was, you know, the coach builder with great flair. It's not like it's some unknown coach builder. So if you think about it, it's
I
pretty down to
reckon,
value.
that, to my mind then, Lancia really missed out on an opportunity. Why they turned down the idea, I have no idea. It would have been a brilliant thing to carry through.
Yeah, can you imagine? Imagine if they sold these through their dealerships at a premium. It would have been a huge success.
So if you want a rather special and very, very rare Lancia, Carhuna is the place to go.